Nice.
Alright.
Hello, welcome back to the JDA podcast. On this episode, we have got Facecam, as you can see at the moment.
New edition.
Yep. VAR debate. Alex is eating Haribo's, or was.
I was.
And we've also got that Lo Chelsea VAR and City's appeal and transfer news and the draws that came out this today. 12 p.m. was it? 12 p.m. Yeah. I don't know what Alex is doing. And then we're going to do a preview for the Aston Villa versus Man City EFL game. So all that will be coming up
battled
on this episode.
This week saw the London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea. It ended 2-1 to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, but some very controversial moments, such as the Giovanni Lo Celso. Was it a yellow card?
Yeah, yellow card.
Yeah, it was given as a yellow card.
Somehow.
I
don't know.
It wasn't given as a yellow card initially by the referee, but it went to VAR, and VAR gave it a red card. It was Lo Celso's tackle on Azpilicueta, and it was absolutely horrendous. And afterwards, VAR put out a statement saying that they were wrong about their decision, which I don't really think should happen, seeing as they've got all that technology and all that. So
yeah, if you see what we're looking at here, it's just the VAR. We can't show you probably because of copyright, Sky Sports, but as we can see here, but you can't see.
It's pretty shocking.
It is. I don't know how this is not a red.
I don't know why he's going for it.
Yeah. How is that not a red?
We've seen it time and time again with Son on Andre Gomez. It went to VAR. They gave it a straight red, and I don't think that was even bad. Although the player came out with much worse injuries, I don't think the tackle was as intentional as this. And I think
the tackle was completely unintentional.
If this isn't given as a red card, I don't know what is.
Yeah, the VAR in the past 2 weeks, would you say, has missed out two? Harry Maguire against, was it Rudiger? Batshuayi, sorry. And now this. So something needs to change, whether that's getting new people in for it or scrapping it. In your opinion, this has been leading on to a debate this week. Do you want to see VAR in the Premier League next season?
In my opinion, I think they should just scrap it. I think luck did become a factor of football in the Premier League. I think a lot of teams won the league on luck, especially like Leicester. And I saw, I think there was a poll gone out, and I think about 70% of people wanted VAR next season, but with some changes. But in my opinion, I think they should just scrap it because this season it's just going to be remembered as the one that was upset by VAR. So. What
about you, Joe?
I'd like to see it done differently, but I think it is a good addition into football, and it will make football more fair.
Where do you see football in the next 5 years? With VAR, without VAR? Better VAR? Could we have another version of it? What do you say?
I definitely see it with VAR if they're not going to get rid of it next season. So yeah, if they're not going to get rid of it, I think it will be in for the next 4 or 5 years, but I don't really see it as the same as we have it now, because there is definitely something that needs to happen in order to improve it.
So after Lo Celso's challenged, I think you might have said this, but they've done it. VAR have said that it's a human error, meant the decision was given incorrectly. So is that a human error from the VAR people, or is it a human error from the ref on the pitch?
The whole point in having VAR was so that
overall human error,
so that the referee's human error didn't come into change the game or anything. So I think with all the technology they have, they can't regard it as human error. They have so much technology, they can see it from every angle. They can work out exactly what happened. So you can't blame that on human error. What
about you, Joe?
I think they're using it in the wrong instances. I think they're using it far too much for offsides, and I think offside should be something you see. It shouldn't be something that's down to computer accuracy.
Yeah.
But fouls like that should be reviewed twice, 3 times before a decision's made.
What gets me is when goal line technology came in, we didn't have a problem with it whatsoever. Whether that's because it's 100% accurate or not, I don't know. But do you think it's being treated differently from VAR because it's playing a bigger part in the game now?
Yeah, with goal line technology, I think at the start it was just a bit like we don't know what to think anymore. But with VAR, there's so much going on at all times that I think that it just gets annoying sometimes. Like there's been a lot of instances in the past where if they had goal line technology, it would change some of the games, and yeah, some teams could win some games, but it never affected who won the league, who won whatever trophy or anything. So I think with VAR, there's so much it's in charge of that it's just bound to get more hate than goal line technology and all that. So
what about you, Joe? Do you think it's been treated differently?
I don't think goal line technology made as big as an impact as everyone thought it might, but VAR has definitely made a massive impact to football, and especially in English football, that impact hasn't been completely good.
So was also a red card for you too?
Red
definitely,
card.
Yeah, same for me.
So now we're going to start on the Europa League. A lot of games have happened last night and the night before. Wolves getting through quite easily against Espanyol.
They lost the match though.
Yeah, losing 3-2, but winning
6-3 on aggregate.
Yeah, 6-3 on aggregate, which is a very good scoreline. But obviously that's really down to their 4-0 battering of them at Molineux.
With that Ruben Neves goal, did you see that?
Yeah,
What a
talked
goal
about
that
that
was.
last week.
I did it. Oh yeah, we did.
Scass. Man United, after drawing 1-1 in the away leg, smashed
Club Brugge 5-0.
5-0 at Old Trafford with Fred getting 2 goals.
Yeah, Igalo getting 1, his first goal for the club, and I think it was McTominay getting 1, and then Daniel James shot and it hit Dele. He went like that sort of, or that way, and hit his arm there, which caused a penalty. But there was about, I think it was 4 minutes and 13 seconds, something like that, where it was just VAR and it was just taking for ages, and the fans didn't know what was going in the stadium because at United we don't have the screens like other clubs do. But yeah, that took a long time, but we eventually got the penalty and Bruno got another goal. So that's 2 in 3 starts for him now, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and Arsenal have been knocked out of the FA Cup by...
FA Cup?
FA Cup?
Europa League.
Europa League. Are they in the FA Cup? No, they're not in the
No.
FA Cup. So...
No, yeah they are. They beat Leeds, didn't they?
So they got knocked
Cut this
out.
bit out.
No, they got... Right, no, we're not cutting this out. Right, okay, so they beat Leeds.
Yes.
Right, anyway, Europa League.
They got knocked out of the Europa League at home after winning the first leg.
Yeah, winning the first leg 1-0.
1-0 at Olympiacos.
With that Lacazette goal.
Yeah, and then they went 1-0 behind. Was it 50 minutes in?
Yeah, I think it was 15, yeah. But Olympiacos got one late, didn't they?
Yeah, and then it went into extra time. Aubameyang with an overhead kick.
What a goal that was.
I think it was the about 109th minute. And then...
118th minute, was it? Olympiacos score.
119th minute, Olympiacos just get a corner off some... Leno was being a bit stupid, so he kicked out for a corner.
He made a great
after
save
some
there in the
pressure.
first half.
Yeah. So he got pressurised by Olympiacos attackers, kicked out for a corner, and then they score from the following corner. So yeah,
And then
Arsenal are out.
Aubameyang had a chance at the end, which he should have scored.
Just put it wide.
Yeah, fluffed it.
He was
also,
flying after that.
was he?
Yeah.
Also, staying with Arsenal, Lacazette came out this week and was talked about his contract and said, I didn't know about this agreement. I have a contract with the club, so there is no reason for me to leave if everyone is happy with me at the club. Do you reckon, so Lacazette's going nowhere at the moment, do you reckon there was any doubt that he would go with Arteta coming in? Because do you reckon he suits his high press style?
I think he might have gone if they'd have kept with Emery, because Arsenal under Emery were going in a very negative direction. But I think bringing in the new manager, Arteta, at just the right time is I think they'll keep him. Yeah, yeah. He came in at just the right time, so.
Same for you, Joe?
Yeah, I think he's going to suit Arteta's style of play really well.
Swiftly moving on. Are we going on to the Champions League now? Or Rangers actually scored 1-0. Was it with a late?
1-0 beat Brugge 4-2 on aggregate.
Yeah, late Ryan Kent goal that got them the win. Also, Celtic went out against Copenhagen. I think it was 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. Yeah, Copenhagen getting the away goals. And then, have you got the ones for the next tie? Europa League.
I will get them up.
You're just getting them up now. But yeah, Ryan Kent's made a big difference for Rangers for this season. Of course, in the old firm. I think he got involved with Scott Brown last season, but here, we've got the ties now. Is this for the next
round?
Next round. So we've got. We'll just do the English clubs first. So we've got, is it LASK? I don't know. Against United, the first leg will be away for them.
Greek team, I think.
And then Olympiacos versus Wolves, of course.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, Olympiacos knocked out
Close.
Arsenal. And then Rangers have got Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Of course, Kai Havertz. He's on form at the moment for Leverkusen. And then, yeah, those are the big
Good
for the English teams.
Inter as well.
Yeah, for the English
game
teams.
After they knock out Ajax, which is a very good result for them. And obviously Inter, probably one of the favourites, would you say?
I would say, yeah, I would say Inter should be the favourites because of their team.
They did play their last Europa League matches behind closed doors, though, in for the coronavirus.
Really?
Their replay, which they won 2-1, was it?
I think so.
They played it
out of the teams that are in there, so you've got Roma, Inter Milan, United, Wolves, Wolfsburg, Leverkusen. Who do you see getting, or winning even? Who do you see winning?
I definitely see Leverkusen probably getting past Rangers, although Rangers have been playing very well lately.
Yeah.
I can definitely see Man United getting through with no bother. Wolves, they should win.
Yeah.
Wolves, realistically, they've been playing quite well this season. Stepped it up second half of the season, so yeah, probably should see them getting through.
What about you, Joe? Who would you say would win the whole thing?
The whole thing, I think the three favourites should be Inter Milan, United and Wolves, but out of the three, I'd like to see a United victory.
Yeah. Apart from United, I think Leverkusen have a good chance of winning. They're a young team at the moment with Bailey and Havertz. I think they could be unstoppable in the future if they don't sell to Bayern Munich or Dortmund.
Or Liverpool.
Yeah, so that's how I see it going. Right. Now we're going to go on to Who Am I? You like this? Yeah, second week running. Last week, Alex won. Will we see a change in the tie this week? Right,
This is
so...
the first one to get it.
What?
First one to get it.
Yep. Right, so I'm going to read out, as I did last week, what are the stats and whatnot, facts about this player. So first, I played for 5 clubs in my career.
Ooh.
Second, I finished as runner-up in the Champions League, World Cup, Bundesliga and German Cup in the same year. Take all that in. I was part of a side that were the first newly promoted team to win the Bundesliga. And I'll give you more depth if you want. Or do you know who it is? Have you two?
No.
No. All right, okay. Right, so I'm going to give you a clue. So, he scored a penalty in the 2008 Champions League United versus Chelsea final, which United won, but he scored a penalty in that match.
For Chelsea.
For Chelsea.
I think I know who it is.
Joe?
Haven't a clue.
Alex?
Is it I'm Robin?
No. Match point, Joe.
What?
Right, Joe, you can have a guess.
Chelsea players.
So he's
He's
German.
German?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
German.
Oh.
I'll give you another clue. He's a midfielder.
German Chelsea midfielder. Still playing for Chelsea.
He used to.
Used to.
I've got a name.
It's Joe's chance. It's Joe's chance. Right, I'll give Joe 3 players. All right, I'll give Joe 3 players.
And can I whisper who I think it is to you?
No, that ruins the element of the game. Right, okay. So Joe, it's either. Right, I'm trying to think now. Who was in that team? So I am Robin. Well, we know it's not him. It's not him. Right. Okay. So Didier Drogba, Nicolas Anelka, or Michael Ballack.
Drogba.
No.
It's Ballack.
Oh, Alex got it. Right. Alex is 2 up in that. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you leave in the comments if you want another. So 2-0 to Alex.
I don't know any stats.
Whoa.
You're introduced. Right.
Alan, I see you.
So this week, Champions League results.
Alex.
Napoli and Barca drew 1-1, which is a surprise from Barca.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich beat Chelsea 3-0, which could be hard to recover for Chelsea, and especially since they lost at home. City won 2-1 against Real Madrid, and Juve lost to Lyon, whatever.
But yeah, that starting off with that Napoli-Barcelona game, Dries Mertens scored a great first goal. Did he do like a dog celebration or something? Yeah, it was something weird. And then Griezmann in the second half got a goal, and then in the Chelsea versus Bayern Munich game, it was 3-0 with Serge Gnabry getting 2. He was on for a hat-trick. I saw him shoot in like the last couple of minutes and nearly got one. But do you know who else got the goal?
Robert Lewandowski.
Oh yeah, it was a tap in from that crazy Alphonso Davies run down the left. He got past like 3 players, I think. But yeah, it doesn't look good for Chelsea so far, considering they were away goals as well. And then, Alonso got a red card in the 83rd minute, which wouldn't help them either. Would you count Alonso as a big player for them? He's experienced, but...
I mean, he was last season, but they've got a few left backs now, and like Reece James and...
Oh, he's quality, Reece James, yeah.
Yeah, Azpilicueta, who... Did he get injured after that Lo Celso tackle?
No, I think he played. Yeah, I think he was alright.
Yeah, so I think they've got more backup now, so he won't be that missed, but yeah, he's quite a big player.
Going on to the Wednesday night games, which was, Real Madrid versus Manchester City, a 2-1 win for City, scoring late with Gabriel Jesus, and Ramos got a red card, and De Bruyne scored that penalty. Did you see City getting anything out of that before you actually watched the game?
When Isco scored, I didn't see any way back for them, except probably in the second leg, but they just turned the game around completely, and fair play to them.
What about you, Joe? Did you see them going to the Bernabeu and winning?
I didn't think they'd beat Real, especially with Real being at home. I didn't think there'd be a way that they could do that. The second leg for me would have been where they would have taken it, but I don't see Real winning away at City.
Going on to the other game, which was Lyon versus Juventus, that 1-0 game. I think his name's Toussaint. Yeah, he got the goal, the centre midfielder. It came off his left shin, and Chesney wasn't getting to it. I thought Ronaldo would have got one in the second half. That's what I predicted, but wasn't right. So where does this leave Juventus with no away goals and Lyon looking quite good at the moment?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for them to come back in the second leg, even though they have got home advantage. But yeah, hopefully some of their big players can step up, like Ronaldo, Dybala and stuff like that. So I think Juventus are probably more likely going through.
Would you say the same, Joe? Juventus going through?
I think Juve will win. They should win 3-0 next game, at least.
So you're expecting big goals in that?
I'm expecting a high-scoring game, yeah.
Staying with City, when we talked about them before, recently they've gone from a CAS. It's a European competition, court of arbitration of sport, I think that's how you say it. Arbitration. And they've got a 2-year ban, as we know, and they've appealed it. Nothing's come out yet, but do you see City getting anything less than a year or 30 million?
No, not really. If some of the teams, well, FFP haven't done much so far, but
yeah,
I think 30 million, just not that much.
What about you, Joe? Do you think they'll get that 30 million or 1 year off?
I don't think they'll get it reduced at all, and because I think that was pretty fair. I don't think they'll overturn it at all.
Yeah. Also, staying with Real and City, Real Madrid away isn't for everyone because only Arsenal in 2006, Liverpool in 2009, and City in 2020. 2020. I'll just say, is. Welcome back. Sorry about the camera. I think we didn't have it on full battery, which didn't help, so we need to come better prepared next time. But swiftly moving on to the Carabao Cup draw, well not draw, not even semi-final, final. Aston Villa versus Manchester City, and Alex and Joe will go through some stats and facts about this tie. Starting off with Joe.
So currently, I don't think it's any surprise, but Villa are on dire form. We've lost all 3 of our top flight fixtures in February. And even Dean Smith's getting fed up. He keeps having a go at us. We're letting too many goals slide, and that's just atrocious. Some betting odds. It's 18-1 the Villa win. 1-6 that City win, and 15-2 that it's a draw. It's not looking good for the Villa, unfortunately. Basically, Grealish is going to have to pull an absolute banger of a game if we want to have any chance of winning this. And we're just hoping that can happen at the moment because there's something wrong with our team. It doesn't seem like they want it as much as Grealish wants it, basically. John McGinn is unfortunately still out, and he has been a major loss that we're really feeling at the moment. And he would bring a lot to the team, but unfortunately that's not possible right now.
So do you see this going as quite bad, Joe, if you've not got your main key players such as McGinn?
I don't see it going for us. I don't think we'll win it. And if we do, it'll be something stupid like penalties after extra time.
Do you think it'll be another 6-1?
Sorry?
Do you think it'll be another 6-1?
I am fearing that very badly, yeah. I'm just hoping that City don't have any fans in Wembley because they don't have any in their home stadium. Why should they have them in Wembley?
Yeah.
And we managed to get a 12th man behind us and just, destroy them on morale.
What about you, Alex? You've got some facts as well. What have you got?
Manchester City have won the League Cup a number of 6 times, obviously. 3 of those 6 times come in quite recent years with the new all the money coming into their club. But then again, Villa have won it 5 times, which for a club of their size at the moment is quite a lot. But they were all won quite a few years ago. But yeah, I think it should be a City win. To be honest, I can't really see Villa doing much, but with the fans they've got, they always act as the extra man, and I think if they take advantage of that Aston Villa, they could maybe get some out of it.
Of course, City have been to Wembley this season for the Community Shield. Do you think that'll have any impact about Wembley, or do you think the Villa fans will be up for it more than the City fans?
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. The City fans are probably one of the worst in the Premier League, if not the worst. And I think coming up against fans as good as Aston Villa's fans, I think Aston Villa could be one of the best supported teams in England, if not Europe. So definitely Aston Villa with the crowd advantage. So you never know, it could be like a home fixture for them at Wembley. But yeah, then again, it all comes down to the quality of the team, and I don't think Aston Villa have that much quality.
On paper, our team isn't bad. We've got players like John McGinn, who is admittedly out at the moment. We've got Jack Grealish, Tom Heaton, Target, Gilbert, Courtney Hawes, Tyrone Mings, who is not as impressive as he used to be at the moment, which is also down to the rest of the team not supporting him as much as he should be. Nakamba and Trezeguet, I'd like to see more from them. El Ghazi is being okay. All the names we have aren't playing as well as they should be, and I think that's really disappointing because we worked really hard to get to where we are now, and it's just slipping because I don't know, I think we've let our heads drop from being battered early on in the season, especially with John McGinn out now.
Yeah. What's your score predictions?
I hate to say it, 3-1 City.
Who's getting the goal for Villa? Sorry, Alex. Who's getting the goal for Villa, Joe?
Sorry?
Who's getting the goal for Villa?
Grealish.
Will it
Not
be
gonna lie.
Will it be late in the game? Will it be early on? How do you see it going?
He'll score, take it to 1-1 in the 40-something minute, and then we're going to get destroyed from then on.
What about you, Alex?
I can only really see it going one way. I think Villa will put up quite a good fight, but overall City's class will shine through, and I'm going to go 2-0 City.
I think City will win 3-0. I'm not going to go for a 6-0 like Watford, but I still think Villa will put up a fight.
It could happen.
Yeah, you never know. But if Villa win, Joe, does this bring positivity to the camp in the Villa so that they can push for staying up virtually?
If we do win it, I think I'll bring a morale boost to the team. But I don't know. All we're hoping for this season is to stay up at this point, and we've got a tough few fixtures after this. Leicester, Chelsea, Newcastle and Wolves, Liverpool, United. It's not going to be an easy run to the end of the season, so I don't know how it's going to go.
Now I'm going to ask, who do you think's going to win the Golden Boot in the Premier League this season? Now, you've got the options between Jamie Vardy, Aubameyang, Ings, Aguero and Salah. Of course, Vardy and Aubameyang are on 17, Ings is on 15 with Aguero, and Salah and Ings are on 15, and Aguero's on 16. Who do you think's going to win it this season?
I think, I know he's injured now, but I think Jamie Vardy will probably get back to scoring for Leicester. I know they've had a very good season so far, and he's got so many creative players behind him, like Tillemans and James Maddison, that I can see him scoring at least 20 this season. So yeah, if I was going to pick someone out of the list to win the Golden Boot, I'd probably pick Jamie Vardy.
What about you, Joe? Will you go with Vardy or are you going to go someone different?
I'd say Vardy as well. Leicester have done very well this season. They're already proving themselves in the Premier League. I know they had a rough spot. They had a rough spot after their first win, but they're really taking it back to Premier League by force over these past couple of seasons, and Vardy's being a staple in that squad, and I think he'll win. Yeah,
I think Aubameyang's going to win personally, because Jamie Vardy this season, I don't think he's been as run into space this season and score. He has done it a lot, but I think this season he's been more like a Firmino and created more chances rather than score. I don't know whether that's down to Leicester going on a bad run of form at the moment, but Aubameyang has scored. He scored against, who was it? Olympiacos. He also scored against, who's that? He also scored against, I think it was, who was it? The 3-2 against Everton. Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, twice.
He scored twice, so he's on a hot streak of form, and I can't see that going. I can see that carrying on. What do you think? I know you said Vardy, but do you think Aubameyang could rival him out of all of them?
Well, he has been phenomenal this season, and but Arsenal are in 9th currently, which isn't where Arsenal should be. They should be in the top 6, and Leicester at the moment are flying ahead.
Would you put that down to Unai Emery getting sacked and Arteta coming in as a new manager?
They have had a strange season, changing managers, but I think Vardy has shown it by putting them that far up the scoreboard.
What about you, Alex? Do you think Aubameyang could be the rival for Vardy for the Golden Boot?
Well, I think it all depends on how Arsenal finish the rest of the season. I think since Arteta's came in, a few players have looked very good, such as Nicolas Pepe and
Aubameyang.
even Mesut Ozil. But I think if some of the players playing behind Aubameyang step their game up a bit more for Arteta, then I think Aubameyang could rival some of the top players for the Golden Boot as well. But yeah, he did win it last season as well, with joint with Mane and Salah. So no reason why I can't do it again this year.
Now we're going to talk about the Premier League Hall of Fame that's been announced this week. There's going to be 2 players, the first ever 2 players that are going to be inducted on the 19th of March. Who do you think deserves to be on it, starting with Joe?
I'd say Ryan Giggs and Alan Shearer.
Good shout.
Alan Shearer is has the record for the most Premier League goals scored, 283 league goals, and 260 of which were in the Premier League. And Ryan Giggs, he has 162 Premier League assists. In total, he has 191 assists. For me, those 2 are just Premier League legends.
Giggs, of course, also had the second most appearances behind Gareth Barry, former Villa player. But yeah, good achievement. What about you, Alex? 2 players?
I'd probably go for either. I'm gonna change my one actually. I'm gonna go for Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Because he was so instrumental in that Arsenal invincible season, running the midfield. Or a very underrated one, Leighton Baines. He's been at Everton since 2007, which is only 13 years, and quality still shines through. So, yeah, probably going to go with him.
And Patrick Vieira?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to choose mine now. So I'm going to go with my first option, Thierry Henry. He became a prolific goal scorer under Wenger and the all-time leading scorer with 228 goals in all competitions. He won the Premier League Golden Boot a record 4 times, won the 2 FA Cups and 2 Premier League titles with Arsenal, including that invincible season as Alex talked about before. Yeah, what a finisher, one of the best in the Premier League. And now moving on to my second person, who's probably an icon to me as well, is Paul Scholes. 499 appearances in the Premier League with 107 goals and 55 assists. Bearing in mind he went into retirement in 2012, I think, or in 11, and came back out to help Ferguson get another title before he left, and got that in 2013 and then retired with Ferguson. He was a key part of all 3 teams that Sir Alex Ferguson beat, including that 99 team, even though he didn't play in the final. But he's been there since the start, since 92, and he's had a longer career than Leighton Baines. Or at United he did, so yeah, I'm going to go with them too. And we've also gone with a joint one, and Alex, do you want to reveal who it is?
It is going to be Jason Rimmer, please click off now. Steven Gerrard.
I'm surprised you're saying that, actually, Alex. considering he plays for Liverpool?
Yeah, it's a hard one for me to say, but sometimes it just has to be done. Played 504 games for Liverpool, winning the Champions League, as I'm sure everyone will know. 504 appearances, 120 goals, and 92 assists. Yeah, some great stats there, and just an all-round great player.
And of course, he won the Champions League, didn't he?
Yeah.
But still didn't get a league title.
No. That could all change, though, depending on what City do. I don't know what's happening with them at all. So.
What if it goes to second in the table?
Yeah.
Well, I bet he'll be so happy if that happens. Especially because of the slip as well. But we'll see. That's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you go and like and subscribe and check out our Instagram and Twitter. It's just me doing the outro today. But have a good weekend. Hopefully your teams win and get good points. Well, not good points, 3 points, sorry. And that's a bye from me. And, of course, will wish you a bye from them as well. Have a good one.